Everyone. It's evening time. I'm done with baby duty. Uh, I made it chili tonight and it was so good. I must be having some really fabulous chefs that surround me from spirit world that have fed many people, done lots of good in the world through feeding so many people with their wonderful food. And somehow they just guide my hands and my thoughts on always making wonderful meals. And it looks like June's going to go, that's my cat. Looks like she's going to go outside. She's mostly just here. She feels safe this way because she's declawed. We didn't do that. Uh, and she's very shy, uh, a bit of a scaredy cat, and but she's sitting at the. It's nice and warm outside today. It was cold this morning, and she's just sitting there, watching. I love it. So, and I kind of am creating an environment outside for her, just a small area where she can go out and not have to worry about the dogs or the other cats, even. So I'm trying my best, right? Yes? Okay. Well, let's get going here. I've had a fabulous day today. Uh, then suddenly the house was full of people, which was fun too. And the little one, though she did it yesterday as well, today again, not 10 months old, took her first steps by herself. Yes. And literally by herself. She'll stand there and she'll balance herself. Yeah, yeah. And then she'll have something. She likes to have something in her hands. And then she always on the left. Yeah, she always, her left foot is always the one that goes first. She takes that one step and then she balances again and she takes another step. And then by the third, she's getting very wobbly. But she's doing it. And I'm just amazed. She is so mobile. She's loves just doing stuff. I saw her today. She was sitting there, and I have a dog leash, a really nice tight rope dog leash, not one of those flat ones, but with the plastic like loop handle, really nice. And I have that hooked up to one of her little walkers so I can pull her along. It's really funny. And she loves that. And she was sitting there and just checking out the rope. All which way she was checking out that rope and just for the longest time. And I just watched her, just mesmerized watching on how she I thought, what is so interesting to her about that? Right? Yes, it was great. So I just love. The whole day just went. It was morning, swoop, it's evening time. Yes? Yeah, anyway. So it was great. So I thought, since I had such a okay, I always have a wonderful day, but not too tuckered out. And I thought, let's just do this. Let's continue on. So we are in the book of Proverbs 18. And I thought, I'll read this a little different. Maybe, okay. Let's just see what happens. Let's see on how, if I just take this as, okay, there's knowledge there, and where has the knowledge gone? There's knowledge here. Supposedly it was given, the words of God, given through someone else. And how are we actually? How are we following all that? And okay, let's just get going. So, Book of Proverbs 18, and it's continued again from Solomon's, father's words of wisdom or stuff. Whoever lives alone follows private whims and is angered by advice of any kind. Is that true? I don't think that's true. I know a lot of people who live alone. Private whims. What does that mean? I don't know. So what? to live alone and enjoy doing what you like to do, private whims. I'm not sure what that means. Does everything have to be public per se? Okay, I'm just saying. It doesn't sound like criminal activities are meant here or something. And is angered by advice of any kind. About what? I don't know. I probably, if someone were to tell me, so I feel like I'm living a pretty good life, this and that, and I'm trying to not hurt anyone and help out and support people, encourage them, take care of people, and all that jazz. And then someone comes and tells me you need to live another way. They'll probably go, well, what's your problem? Why are you harping around on me? Are you doing so well yourself? Okay, I'm just saying. So, so again, if I'm not quite understanding this. It's, so disagree. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in airing an opinion. That may be true in some cases, and okay, you know what? It's so all in the negative right now. It's interesting. And so we went from comparing good and evil, or good people and not so good, wicked people, to just attacking people. That's kind of what it sounds like, doesn't it? When wickedness comes, indignity comes too, and with contempt, dishonor. And how would anybody, I don't know, is that true? When wickedness comes, indignity comes too? I don't know. It does it? And with contempt, dishonor? Is it? Does it? I don't know. Because I don't, is it? I don't know. Whoever wrote this down must have had some experience with it. Well, how do you have experience like that? Most likely with yourself. How would you understand somebody else as I said, we more often than not assume things about people, right? Rather than asking and to see if, hey, what's going on actually, right? Yes? Right. Deep waters, such are human words. A gushing stream, the utterance of wisdom. Deep waters, such are human words. A gushing stream, the utterance of wisdom. Okay. It is not good to show partiality for the wicked, and so to deprive the upright when giving judgment. All right. This again comes from a standpoint of a king, right? I'm not a judge. I'm not in there as a prosecutor or even a lawyer. I'm assuming this has to do with a courtroom, right? Yes? And, so whoever is the middle party or the party that is supposed to be a mediator or trying to figure out, okay, tell me your story. Okay, tell me your story, right? It is that, and I have to say, yeah, it's okay. Uh, I don't know. Again, is that what's happening out there? If that's what, okay, did that happen at that time? I guess. Why else would he mention that? Right? Yes. Is it happening today? Oh yeah, sure. I think we all know that, and that's very sad. I wrote a little blurb one time, in a way to just kind of get it out of my system, and I think I talked about that in a video as well, a long time, a couple of years ago, where the qualifications to be a judge. It's a calling as well, and it is a calling with an extreme amount of responsibility. And if one abuses that responsibility, that station of a judge, that can be horrific for people. It destroys people's lives. Yes? And if a judge decides that a person who should never be out on the streets again, yeah, okay, well, we got this going and that going, so yeah. And then a person who's already has a criminal history is back out on the streets without any kind of, or very little. Okay, I don't know if prisons are rehabilitation places. It doesn't sound like it to me. So, uh, but if those people are back out on the streets and hurt someone again, that's going to be on the people who've decided to let someone like that back out on the streets as well. That will be a collective sin on their shoulders. Just saying, right? Yes. And yeah, I wonder if judges, prosecutors, lawyers even would know that when they're fighting for the freedom of someone that should never be out on the street again, if they would know ahead of time that the next child or the next person that they are going to hurt will be one of theirs. I wonder if they would fight so hard for them to be back out on the street. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Yeah. The lips of a fool go to the law courts with a mouth that pleads for a beating. I'm not getting that one. I'm not sure what that means. Again, I'm not familiar with. My entire life, I have never taken anybody to court. Could have. I would have had a good case too, but never. Um, been taken to court, but I've never taken anybody to court. So I don't know. I don't know enough about any of this stuff. The mouth of the fool works its owner's ruin. I'm assuming with the mouth of the fool works its owner's ruin. That means the owner is also the fool, the mouth of the fool. The lips of a fool are a snare for their owner's life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The words of a slanderer are tasty morsels that go right down into the belly. Wow. Even at that time, that already was a big thing. And it's true. It is sad for me to see on how many people gobble up slander, gossip, and rumors. Misery loves company, kind of thing. Life is more interesting with stuff like that to talk about. Whoever is idle at work is blood brother to the destroyer. I understand that, but again, at that time, how is that? Where is the example? It doesn't. It's not. I mean, I get it. I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't remember ever having worked with a lazy person. I cannot remember ever worked with a lazy person. Okay, or someone that just stands around and lets everybody else do their work. Or if there was someone, it didn't affect my work. It didn't affect me. Okay, so because I still did my job. Uh, so I'm not sure if it's the blood brother to the destroyer. Okay, I don't even know what that means. Who was the destroyer? Right? What does that mean? In Solomon's time, who was idle that he had? Yeah, you're not on my side. You're blood brother to the destroyer, just trying to destroy me. Okay, that's his own personal stuff. So okay, the name of Yahweh, and how did he get into that? Well, hi Gus. Did you come in? No. It's getting cooler out there. I'm still hot. Yeah. He's been digging holes out there. Well, two of them. I think both of Ham and him. So we're gonna have to do something about that, huh? Yes. Okay, go lay down. Go. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The upright runs to it and is secure. Yes, our Heavenly Parent is a strong tower. And I would say that it isn't so much that, Oh, I believe in God, and I know He's the strongest one, and because of that, and I'm doing everything right, and I'm living according to God's ideal and all that, I'm safe. I'm secure. It doesn't work that way. It's one is secure in knowing, understanding that there are things in our lives we can change and have per se control and a say over it. And then there are other things that are out of our hands, and yet we are in the midst of it. Then we'll have to walk through. Yeah? As we walk through and with happiness, we also have to learn to walk through difficulties and hopefully come out on the other side relatively intact. That's the security that our Heavenly Father, Heavenly Parent, God the Creator, assures us. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. The wealth of the rich forms a stronghold, a high wall, as the rich supposes. I don't know what that means. The human heart is haughty until destruction comes. Before there can be glory, there must be humility. Yeah, I understand that one. I mean, okay. To retort without first listening is both foolish and embarrassing. Yeah, there's a lot to that. And they knew that at that time. It's interesting that most of the kings did not really pay much attention or heed the words of the prophets, did they? Or again, maybe the prophets just gave the words given to them by God in the way that they wanted to. Yes, because some of the kings, if they didn't hear what they wanted to hear from them, killed them, right? Yes, okay, I don't know. Sickness, the human spirit can endure, but when the spirit is broken, who can bear this? I am not sure on how this is meant. If this was from so long ago, how would they know? I mean, how is a spirit broken? Usually through other people. Do people whose spirit is broken know their spirit is broken? And who can bear this? Okay, well, just saying. The heart of the intelligent acquires learning. The ears of the wise search for knowledge. Okay. A present will open all doors and win access to the great. Is that how it works? Spoken like a king, Solomon. God. I thought, didn't it just say over here something about, come on now. It is not good to show partiality for the wicked, and so to deprive the upright when giving judgment. A present will open all doors and win access to the great. Wow, what's that? Aren't both talking about bribery? In a way? Okay, you got me. Okay. Uh, the first to plead is adjudged to be upright until the next comes and cross examines him. All right, I have no idea. This has to do with the court, obviously. Not sure what that kind of wisdom. I guess this would be something that governments, presidents, kings and queens, still whatever. That's what they need to read this. I'm not sure for what and how they would use this. For the people, against the people, to control the people. I'm not sure. The lot puts an end to disputes and decides between men of power. Okay, they're right there. A brother offended is worse than a fortified city. and quarrels are like the locks of a keep. Yeah. So again, is this talking just about one person, from one person to another person? No. This is talking about wars. From the fruit of the mouth. And so who creates wars? Yeah. Okay. Right there. It's all right. It's in here. This is how old? I gotta go and find out how old they are. I still haven't done that. From the fruit of the mouth is the stomach filled. It is the yield of the lips that gives contentment. Hmm. Uh, Advice given. Listen to the king. Listen to all the nobles, and yeah, as a common person, and you'll be fine. Okay, I don't know. It's This is a little bit of a tough one for me to understand because I'm not in the I am not someone in power or that strives for power or feels the need to overpower others. And death and life are in the gift of the tongue. Those who indulge it must eat the fruit it yields. Yeah, okay. Uh, yeah, okay. That's a good one actually. He who finds a wife finds happiness, receiving a mark of favor from Yahweh. He who finds a wife. Good one, Solomon. The language of the poor is entreaty, the answer of the rich harshness. I don't get that one. There are friends who point the way to ruin, others are closer than a brother. Well, then they're not friends. How are they friends? Okay, that's the end of 18. Okay, some of it, yeah, I thought, yeah, that was really good. Other stuff I'm not getting because again, if a friend, what's a friend, right? Uh, with deserving the name friend come certain qualifications, and they don't change. They do not change. These qualifications do not change. And if a friend is guiding one or influencing one in the wrong direction, first of all, how stupid are you? Then you're not a friend either. Why not say, my dear friend, there are qualifications of being a friend. I'm being a friend to you right now. I'm telling you, I will not go down that path of destruction with you. And I hope that you will resist as well. You see? So that's an odd one. There are friends who point the way to ruin. Others are closer than a brother. Okay, the second part, brothers don't, can't. Okay, as I said, I I don't. It's difficult to know from my point of view on how I understand or I'm reading this and how the time I live now and my life. It's difficult to understand some of this. In on what is the actual meaning of that? How do you actually mean that? I get it on why it is out there for common little people like me. I get that. But is this really guided by God? Or Solomon's agenda, he's being advised. Where is that wisdom actually coming from that Solomon supposedly is giving here? From others around him? Hey, if you want to keep being the king and not starve tomorrow, you're going to have to let the people know about certain things so that the stuff keeps coming in. The silver, the gold for the wars, and I don't know what, the food and the for all of your retinue that you got going here, and of course us as well. I was just saying, right? Not quite getting why this is here in the Bible. in the way that it is in here, and on how it is given, the wording that is given. To me, this sounds more like some philosopher that had some thoughts on things, but is this really coming from God? Is this truly wisdom? I don't believe so. I know. I'm sorry if I offend anyone. These are just my observations. Yes? So, there are some good things in here. Yes? Are we following them? This has been written for how long ago? Are we following most of this? Even if, right? Yes, and would take it as just, yeah, yeah, this is really good actually. This is good guidance. But for whom is this actually good? Yes? And have we followed any of it, actually? Well, anyway, so there it is. And I would give some things a little bit differently. Yes? Okay, well, that's enough. It is evening time. I got me a good cup of tea here. Good medicine, yes. And gonna get ready for another wonderful day tomorrow. If it is warm out there, I might just be working in the garden a bit. Ooh, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. And my brother Eldridge, if you're watching again, I love you. Oh, you're so wonderful. I love your little comments and all that. And obviously, yeah, you're going in the right direction with many different things. I love that. And sending you prayers and love. Yes. And I will talk to you all the next time.